So the question is, what do you think the difference between appreciation and appropriation?
I think appropriation is when you do it in, you take a culture and don't pay respect to it and almost make it like the butt of a joke, or without giving credit where credit is due. So I think like you can go to India and wear Indian garb and saris with respect because you're trying to learn more about it, and you can even bring them back to America and wear them and do it with respect because it was made with the understanding of what it was. But just doing it because it looks cute and not really understanding it could be appropriative.
Yeah, I think appreciation is a lot of you immersing yourself into the culture because you want to know what's happening in that culture and you want to understand them and you want to value them. I think that's a lot of appreciation. But if you're appropriating a culture, then you're just doing it for like personal gains. You're not doing it to understand the world better. You're not doing it so the world works together better. You're just doing it to get like a personal profit.
Here's some photos, and the first one is Katy Perry, and she's basically having a Japanese
I
outfit.
saw that on performance. I know a lot of people said it was appropriation, and I agree, but also like just like there's a Candyland fantasy in one of Katy Perry's videos. I understand like she did it with appreciation, but I don't think it was done as respectfully as it could have been done.
Appropriation. Easy.
Because she,
I think Katy Perry uses other cultures as a way to get an audience. Yeah. And she doesn't necessarily respect what they're doing or why they're doing it. She does it so people recognize her and look at her.
How do you think that appreciation could have been done with these two outfits?
I think making sure that the people who are making them and designing them and are participating in the creative process are of that culture.
So this is a different one, but it's like Nicki Minaj. Do you think it makes anything different?
No.
You think it's the same way?
I mean, I would agree, just because Nicki Minaj is a person of color or like whatever, it still matters how they go about doing it.
No, I think it's the same.
yeah, I agree with.
So what if it was the other way around? It was an Asian doing something an African American, or like cornrows and stuff like that.
I think that's also appropriation if you're not doing it from like a wholesome reason. If you're not doing it to learn about the culture, you're not learning it to be immersed in a culture. If you're just doing it to gain attention, or you're doing it because like it's a trend, I think that's basically it falls in that category. That's
Okay, so this one's different. It's not clothes, but it's food. So you see how there's a lot of like fusion foods, like now the sushi burrito. So how do you feel about the sushi burrito?
I don't think that, I think that's, foods meld in a different way. I don't think they're appropriating because they're not claiming to be authentic or use it for kitsch. I think like there's Asian fusion food with Mexican food all the time, and that's not necessarily appropriating.
With food, I'm more likely to lean toward appreciation.
I think it depends on like again like the reason you're doing it. Like if you're doing it to bring two cultures together, like you're doing it in a constructive way, you're doing it in order that people are more cohesive and they understand each other better, I think that's appreciation. But if you're doing it to like again like with the trend, like people are gonna love this because you know it's the next big thing, then I think that's appropriation.
Right, and if you're like just trying to make a
Like a
profit
profit,
off of
yeah.
it, then that's not okay.